Hey lovelies, I'm so glad you're joining me today, and I hope this video finds you happy, healthy, and if at all possible, safe at home. Now, if you're anything like me over the last few weeks, you have probably been doing a whole lot more cooking than usual. And maybe you're looking for some fresh inspiration, something to sort of spark your imagination in the kitchen. And I hope today's recipe will do just that. We are making a quick and easy, but absolutely delicious shrimp scampi pasta. So you've probably seen shrimp scampi pasta on 100 restaurant menus throughout your life, but you may not have realized how easy it is to make at home. And it is incredibly delicious thanks to the addition of high impact ingredients like garlic, lemon, Parmesan cheese, and parsley. So much to love, but actually so simple and almost no prep at all. The only prep I've done here really is just to chop my garlic and my parsley, and then I grated my Parmesan, but that's literally it. The rest is just a matter of getting it all into the pan. Now, if you can believe it, the most time-consuming part of this recipe is probably just bringing your water to a boil. And as soon as your water has reached a boil, you want to give it a good salting. Now, the idea here is that you want your pasta water to taste like the sea. That is the theory, because it's going to season up your pasta really beautifully. Now, in this recipe, I am going to be cooking up some spaghetti, just good old-fashioned spaghetti. But honestly, guys, you can use whatever kind of pasta you have on hand in your pantry. This recipe is super flexible and super forgiving, so use what you have. And then while our pasta is cooking away, we are going to get to work on our shrimp scampi, which seriously could not be simpler. So I've got a nice big skillet heating up on the stove, and to that I am going to add some butter. Now, don't worry about the amount of butter in this recipe. It's going to make up a big part of our pasta sauce. So don't worry if you feel like it's a lot of butter. Trust me, it is going to be super delicious. We just want to let that butter melt down until it's nice and frothy. And then we're going to go ahead and add our shrimp to this recipe. So I am using some frozen shrimp here that's been thawed. I bought it already peeled, which is a little bit more expensive. If you want to save some money on your grocery bill, buy the kind that is unpeeled and then peel it yourself. It's really, really simple. Next, I am just going to hit this with a little salt and a little pepper. We're basically just going to let this shrimp cook away in that beautiful butter bath for about 2 to 3 minutes on the first side. Once it's nice and pink on one side, we can give it a quick toss, get it nice and pink on the other side, and then add even more great flavor to this. I honestly love cooking with shrimp because not only do they cook up so super fast, but they have this amazing built-in mechanism to tell you when they're ready. So as soon as you start to see them turn nice and pink and opaque, you know they're done. No need for a meat thermometer or anything like that. Okay, so our shrimp is fully cooked and it is looking and smelling super good. That means it is time to get our garlic into the pan. I don't like adding my garlic any sooner than this because I don't want it to burn while that shrimp is cooking. Garlic is a bit of a sensitive beast, so it should only be in the pan for about 30 seconds or so, and you get this amazing aroma in your kitchen. It's so good. Now, at this point, it is time to add a little liquid to our pan. I am doing that with a good splash of white wine. Now, we've talked about this before. If you guys are not into cooking with wine, do not sweat it at all. You can leave it out of this recipe completely. You don't even need to replace it. But I have to tell you, adding just a splash of dry white wine to your shrimp does something really, really magical to this dish, and I can't help but absolutely love it. Basically, all I want to do is let that wine reduce for, say, 1 to 2 minutes. And while that wine is just cooking away, I'm going to get in here with even more gorgeous flavor, courtesy of some lemon. So I've got some lemon zest headed in here, as well as some lemon juice, a lot of beautiful citrus flavor. Of course, citrus really, really works well with seafood, so it's a natural combination. And at this point, we are ready to get our pasta into our skillet. Now, you always have the option to drain your pasta in a colander in the sink, but I actually think it is much easier to just take some tongs and transfer your pasta directly into your skillet. Now, this can be a little on the messy side, but what I really love is that what you get with that pasta is a little bit of that pasta cooking water, which is really going to help our sauce come together because it's full of these beautiful starches. Okay, guys, we are in the promised land. It's time to add just our finishing ingredients, which of course first involves some freshly grated Parmesan cheese, lots of great savory flavor there. I've also got a good hit of freshly chopped parsley headed in here. And if you are into the heat, a good sprinkle of red pepper flakes goes a long way. The last step is just going to be mixing this all together. And oh my gosh, team, dinner is served in the most incredible way. I promise you, lovelies, this dish is an absolute winner. I really hope you will give it a try for yourselves. If you do, be sure to tweet me, Instagram me, or Facebook me a photo, because as always, I love seeing your kitchen creations. Keep in mind, the full recipe is linked in the description box below, so you can find it there. And finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, because there is lots more deliciousness where this came from.